underway from Columbus. And a touchback. So Luke Duncan making the start in place of Nico Iamaleava, out with a concussion, redshirt sophomore, first career starts. He took 6 career snaps a couple weeks ago against Michigan State. All were handoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he's tall and lean, similar to Nico. Doesn't have the same running ability. That's what they'll really miss without Nico in the lineup. And I think the strategy for Jerry Neuheisel, the offensive coordinator, play caller, let's just get some safe plays early, get him comfortable, and their focus is 4 yards of play. If we can make 4 yards of play, we'll be okay.
Easier said than done
Yes.
against this Buckeyes attack on the other side, led by Matt Patricia. First drive starts from the 25, play clock all the way down, and the first pass attempt of his career is going to be a loss of 2 to Javian Thomas. About midway through this season, 33-year-old former UCLA quarterback will have to get creative. Get to the outside, gains 4 yards before Lorenzo Styles gets to Thomas. And the play clock all the way down. Ryan Day is begging for the flag to be thrown. And let's see if UCLA got the timeout beforehand. They did not. 3rd and 8 for Luke Duncan at quarterback. And it's a handoff up the middle. Not a whole lot of running room for Frias. Or did they not? Crowd's already gotten involved. It is a screen pass to the outside. It is caught by Mikey Matthews, and he gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. 8 inside the 20 this year. That would be quite the task, as Brandon Innes is back to receive. Trying to do his best, boots it away, fair catch called for, and a pretty impressive kick, all things considered, to get it inside the 30. You see Smith is in the ball game, second straight game without Carnell Tate, the second leading receiver on this team. Play action on first down. Max Clare makes the catch, turns it upfield, and gets across the 35. Bo Jackson is the back, the true freshman, their leading rusher with 613 yards on the season. And he's going to pick up the first down on the second play for this offensive drive. Ryan Day said that's been part of his progression as somebody who didn't grow up as a GA in the coaching world. Saying rips and completes right over the middle. He finds his target, Bryson Rogers, for a nice chunk. 2 catches, 30 yards last week for Rogers. Another one to the sideline this time, and Smith just vacuums it in with one hand. Gets him just on the edge of the red zone. Handoff. Jackson trying to weave his way around, gets just across the 20-yard line. He's got single coverage top of the screen. Instead, they're going to keep it on the ground with Jackson. And he gets ricocheted across the 15 for the first down, all the way down to the 12-yard line, and they'll move the sticks.
The tackle, Sarafeld, and Luke Montgomery, the left guard.
Up the middle, Jackson pushing the pile to the 5. Kept his legs turning all the way down to the 1-yard line with a flag down. They ruled him down at the 1 with a flag back at the 17-yard line. Out of the eye, it's Jackson. Up the middle, he's in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Too easy down the field for the Buckeyes. It was an 8-play, 71-yard possession in just under 4 minutes, and Fielding makes it 7-zip. They forced the 3 and out on their first drive. And another touchback here will set them up, and we'll see what Duncan has for an encore. So obviously without him, already difficult. Facing this defense just makes it even more challenging. Duncan rolls, throws, another completion, this time Jack Peterson, who gets across the 30 all the way to the 32.
This is Berger taking the direct snap.
Michigan State transfer, and he's patient, pushing, looks like he's going to have enough. Gets it across the 35 to the 36, and the first down of the game for UCLA. Tim Skipper said that he loves seeing big giants fall hard. This would be a great example of that, as another productive play gets it across the 40. We've seen Berger on this drive. It was Thomas and Frias on the first one. 2nd and 4, over the middle, it's dropped.
Oh.
Mikey Matthews, yeah, he had his hands on it, just couldn't squeeze it.
Already used one timeout. They're going to have to use another one. There it is. That play clock is out. And again, Luke Duncan, he's got so much on his mind right now. And so costly because you go from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9 now against this defense.
Duncan in the pocket. It is caught. Nice grab by Gilmer, but it's short of a first down. We have to be near flawless if we want to give ourselves even a chance to just keep it close. Now conservative on the run to the outside. Anthony Woods got close, but he was shoved out of bounds about 2 yards shy of the first down by Lorenzo Styles. Let's see if Will Carroll will punt this away on a 4th and 3. And he will. Innis under, fair catch. A bobbled, but he did come up with it just inside the 20-yard line. So another nice punt. Strive will start from the 18. Around it goes Brandon Innis looking for a crease. Won't find much, just across the 20 and down just around the 22-yard line. Well, Julian Sayin takes over for Will Howard. There was so much talk about lack of experience and what is it going to look like for the young man taking over for a veteran who led this team to a national championship last year. He said he's just been himself, and that's what Ryan Day has really encouraged. Don't try to be Will Howard because you saw it done that way. Again, no huddle, and Innis with the catch, trying to set up his blocking, and he couldn't slip away from the tackle. Key Lawrence did a nice job of hanging on. 3rd and 4, Sayin, patient, and was that held on? It was. Brandon Innis, all 3 plays going to number 1, and that one being the most impressive.
And Innis with a strong catch.
This is not the normal Ohio State offense we're used to seeing with the huddles, as Smith has his 2nd catch and takes it to the 39-yard line for 7 more. Now you can see the rain's coming down a lot harder now here in Columbus. It was pretty clear for most of the day. Expected some showers. It was very light to start the game, but now late first quarter, it's for real. Isaiah West, the other freshman running back, squeezes through and picks up a first down.
You can see over the years their plays per game have gone down, and the lowest this year, but their points per drive still pretty solid.
Sayin hasn't missed yet, and that continues. Another catch. This time it's going to be Quincy Porter who makes the connection. 13-yard pickup as he takes it across for another first down.
Ohio State trying to line up and run this play.
Sayin is 7 for 7. Step up, easy one. Check down to West, and he gets sandwiched after he picks up 12. West, well played by this UCLA defense. John Vaughns, the veteran in his 6th year of college football, makes the tackle. 158 career games on the baseball team. Sayin rolls, and right back to Smith. How special can he get? Not this time. Cut down by Roderick Pleasant on an excellent play by the corner. Rusher off the edge. Lofted, Claire, over the shoulder catch, short of the first down. He gets decked out of bounds as Sayin took a shot and comes up a little bit hobbly. Cole Martin came on the blitz.
Yeah, Cole Martin's going to come clean. Just kind of fell kind of awkwardly at the end of it. And it looks like Ohio State not going to go for it on this 4th down, attempt a field goal. Maybe Ryan Day saw his quarterback get up a little gingerly and say, you know what, let's line up and kick a field goal, let him make sure he's okay, and come back to play the next drive. Good defensive possession and stop right there by UCLA.
Jaden Fielding on for a field goal attempt here. 41-yarder is true.
A couple negative yardage plays by the UCLA defense kind of changed that possession. Ohio State was moving it down the field, and then a couple negative yardage plays made them settle for the field goal.
Hand it. Thomas runs into a wall.
Well, there's no question his left ankle took a kind of a weird turn there when he hit the turf. They got him taped up, and I'm sure he'll be back in the ball game. But yeah, he's a very unassuming looking guy. You know, he's not that big or physical, but he is tough.
Second snap, Berger's going to take. It's a read option, and he makes the right read up the middle. That was nearly a disaster, and Berger avoided it for a nice pickup up the gut for 5.
Yeah, again, without Nico in the ball game, you've got to be creative, and some of these same plays that you would have done with your quarterback, you do with having multiple running backs in the ball game. Nice read by Berger, and he had to get that ball out quickly because Will Smith Jr., number 53, was in the backfield immediately.
So it sets up a 3rd down and 4. Jerry Neuheisel was trying to get his plays in there faster as they've been breaking the huddle with less than 10 for most of this early portion of the game.
Man coverage.
Get it off. Ohio State brings 4, and Duncan delivers. It is going to be close to that yard to gain. Initial spot says 4th down as Titus Mokiao Atamalala had to go down low. Tim Skipper, you see, is pointing right at that chain and saying this should be a 1st down, and it is. Sometimes you just need to put a little bit of effort into your argument.
Yeah, good conversion, but if he keeps that ball out on the outside where it should have been, he can turn upfield and get additional yardage. He had some separation from the corner Matthews, but they get the conversion and a new set of downs nonetheless.
About as close as it gets. Looks like he made that catch right at the 35. Handoff up the gut. And this is tough to run against this Ohio State defense. Anthony Frias picks up a couple of yards. Buckeyes allowing the fewest points in the country. They're top 5 in rushing yards per game allowed at 82.9. And now a flag is down for UCLA. Iamaleava has stepped up as a great leader, looking to do the same despite not playing today. Anthony Wood shakes free and then delivers a little bit of extra pain across the 35 to the 39. He'll gain 7 and make it 3rd down and 6. Ohio State has only allowed 6 points all season in the first quarter. The quarter they've allowed the most points is the second, with 23 points allowed in 9 games.
Quasi Gilmer, the leading receiver, has yet to get a ball.
Duncan looking that way, and it's incomplete behind Gilmer. And Ohio State will look to set up a potential return. Innes gets cracked, stayed up, and ends up gaining about 3 on the return. Texas A&M had a scare earlier this afternoon. They came through. Of course, Indiana got a win. They are 11-0 for the first time in program history. And now Ohio State trying to go 10-0 here with a 10-0 lead. Bo Jackson is the back from the 18-yard line. Surges up the middle and drags a couple of tacklers with him to the 25. Seeing Bo Jackson, seeing Julian Sayin, of course, but this running back by committee right now for Ohio State, the developmental stages for all of these younger guys.
Well, you've got 2 freshmen in Bo Jackson and Isaiah West, and a veteran guy in C.J. Donaldson, and Peoples kind of right in between them. But the 2 freshmen both had injuries in high school, so they didn't get a whole lot of reps. They're still learning. You don't get tackled a lot when you're in high school. You don't get tackled a lot in practice. It's different from practice to games, and every time they play and every rep these young backs get, the better they are.
Right back to the ground, and Jackson 2 carries for a 1st down. He gets this one to the 30.
And Ryan Day told us running back has become a developmental position.
Quick screen. Mylan Graham makes his first catch of the night, and he'll sail out of bounds after a pickup of 9 to the 40-yard line. By design, hoping to get some extra reps all across the board. Bo Jackson, he's got home run speed as he gets it to the outside, inside the 30. Key Lawrence saves a touchdown. Now the leading returning rusher on this team is in there, and James Peoples got 247 yards on the season, but he's looking for his first touchdown of the year. Sayin floats, and his first incompletion as he was looking in the direction of Mylan Graham. You see Carnell Tate, they don't say it's anything serious, more than anything precaution in keeping him out last week and this week, as Sayin will drop back on 2nd down and 10. Goes through his progressions, finds Peoples on the check down across the 25-yard line, gets spun around, and will be marked down at the 23. It's Smith against Scooter Jackson at the top of your screen for a 3rd down and 5. He's got 3 catches for 25 yards. And he was looking for him, threw it behind. He's just so fast sometimes you can miss him in that window. This time it just looked like Sayin misfired on this missile.
Yeah, got to keep an eye on him right there in the slot.
Innes in motion. Sayin delivers to Innis for a first down.
Of this offensive line.
Battling with Juju Walls. Peoples stays on his feet just enough to gain an extra yard as he gets it down to the 11-yard line.
And when I say nasty, I don't mean in a bad way.
No.
I mean he has got an attitude and he plays with toughness. Here he comes on the pull on this play. Loves to put his face on people and mix it up. But this left side.
Offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, first down.
First penalty of the night going against the Buckeyes. Take another look at the illegal formation.
Please reset the game clock. 7 minutes, 54 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somebody's got to be on the line of scrimmage there. One of the receivers. I don't think it was a lineman that was in the back.
Terry McCauley, what'd you see on that?
The only person they could be putting off the line is the wide receiver at the bottom, number 1. Other than that, I don't see 5 people in the backfield.
So it is a first down and 15 from the 21. Sayin pumps, steps up, and he gets it to the outside. Peoples makes a man miss. Key Lawrence does a good job of tracking him down and spinning him out of bounds after a pickup of 2. To be fair, it certainly helps when you're 6'4", about 240 pounds, to tuck it and run. And Julian Sayin 6'1", about 205, 210 pounds, as Isaiah West is in there for this 2nd and 13. 10th play of the drive for Sayin over the middle. And another one, contested catch by Innis as he holds on, but a flag is down.
Holding, offense, number 67, 10-yard penalty, set again.
Saraveld.
Well, Saraveld again, the best up front for them, working on the speed rush at Juju Walls, number 41, a true freshman out of Pittsburgh High School in California.
Terry McCauley gave us the thumbs up, so they will move it back further. And after a very clean quarter and a half, couple of penalties on this drive makes it a 2nd and 23. Got to get it to the 6-yard line for a first down.
Looks like a 3-man rush, dropping 8 here by UCLA potentially.
Smith in motion, 2nd and 23. Sayin, he'll escape. Now he will run. Sayin trying to direct traffic and a modest gain, maybe 3, as Scooter Jackson did a good job of cutting him off. Kevin Coyle came over midway through this season, 69 years old, was the defensive coordinator for Tim Skipper when he was a player at Fresno State, was an analyst at Syracuse to start the season. Sayin on 3rd and 20 with all day, delivers, and it is hauled in by Smith, but short of the sticks.
That one, they're going to take a look at this one.
Well,
I mean,
Brian
this
Day
is
actually
really
called
good
a timeout.
Yeah. Wow.
With 4:50 to play in this first half, it's the first timeout for Ohio State as they're trying to punch it in and hoping that this catch by Jeremiah Smith will stand. It does not appear like they've looked at this play, Terry McCauley, the catch by Jeremiah Smith right here.
Yeah, no, well, he's going to the ground. He does get control going to the ground, but when the ball hits the ground, we're going to see him lose that grip on the football right there. It goes from being palmed with a thumb grip to his fingers. That's loss of control. Should have been reviewed and reversed to incomplete.
Instead, it's another 4th down and 5 for this offense. This drive has gone nearly 7 minutes. Sayin, good time. He'll move. He'll look. He'll throw. Touchdown! The patience of Julian Sayin as he finds Rogers for the score. But Julian Sayin, 15 of 17, 138 yards and a touchdown. Most importantly, his movement looked excellent through the drive.
Yeah, his ankle doesn't seem to be a problem that time. Did a great job extending the play, knowing that he had time because there were only 3 rushers waiting for somebody to uncover, and he gets the touchdown.
Fielding tacks on the extra point. Jeremiah Smith making his 4th catch of the night. He's got 40 yards. Sayin's hit 8 different receivers already tonight.
And there's Brian Hartline doing another nice job, just mixing it up, running pass, good balance, controlling the football. I'm kind of impressed, though, how much Ahmed knows about offense.
Ahmed knows a
he
lot.
was breaking it down.
He's got me beat by a mile. That was impressive. Using large words, too.
Yeah.
It'll be another touchback. UCLA will get the football down 17, under 5 to play in this first half. He took over full time. They had a bye week when he was officially named the interim. He actually took the team on essentially their second training camp. So they did a lot of training camp type of drills and then took them bowling, made sure that they had some team building exercises off of the football field. Felt like it helped to reset the season for them, bring the energy that they had, that they really were lacking early in the season. And we've seen a difference in their competitive spirit. Outside of the Indiana game a couple of weeks ago, they've been competitive in every game with Tim Skipper and Jerry Neuheisel in charge.
Yeah, that game in Bloomington just got away from them in a hurry. They were very competitive against Nebraska a week ago. Find themselves behind 17 in this one. Again, offensively, we're seeing some creativity. We're seeing some good play calling. It's up to the quarterback to be a little bit more accurate throwing the football.
2nd down and 8. Duncan, another completion. They've been mostly short passes, and Matthews has his second catch. This one actually goes for a positive momentum. This is where you normally rely on your 6'6", 6'7" quarterback. Instead, handoff going nowhere. Kenyatta Jackson gave him no chance of getting away. So it will be a punt for Will Carroll, his 4th of the first half. Tries to angle this one on a line drive, and it bounces out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line.
There's some good quarterback play in this Big Ten conference.
So it's feeling like, can I one-up the other one right now? 8 different receivers, 15 completions, 138 yards. The touchdown went to Rogers. Fake it to West. Sayin with time again. And again, just goes through his progressions. He found his check down in West, who gets thrown back by Vaughns.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking to go deep. I mean, they had Bryson Rogers going deep. He was well covered, and that's just not forcing the issue. Taking what the defense gives you. It's kind of a cliche, but it works. And I think Ohio State is going to, they're already resting Carnell Tate. I don't know we're going to see much more of Jeremiah Smith. He doesn't look like he's feeling 100% great. And so I think we've seen the end of him tonight. So it's going to be some of these younger receivers along with Brandon Ennis now carrying the pass offense for the Buckeyes.
Julian Sayin said Ennis a great leader, super talented player. Speaking of super talented, Isaiah West, a burst into the secondary. Churning. Cole Martin finally tracks him down, but West right up the middle. Takes us to the 2-minute timeout. So Smith, 4 catches, 40 yards. His team will get the football to start the second half. They're looking to double dip here. Sayin is 16 of 18. Peoples is the back. Fake it to him. Sayin to the outside. It's Ennis who gets away from the first tackler. That was Roderick Pleasant. And then Ennis now slow to get up. He's on that Ohio State sideline with where he got banged out of bounds. And now Ennis looks like he's going to stay out there.
Well, Julian Sayin had a chance down the field. There was one defender trying to guard 2 guys. Here's the end of the play. Collision on the sideline. Kanye Clark, number 1.
2nd down and 8. Peoples picks up the rusher. It's Clare as he gets propelled by 2 defenders. He'll be 3rd and inches coming up.
Max Clare is one of the real interesting stories of this team. Transferred from Purdue, wanted to become a full-time tight end, prove he can play every down, gets challenged here.
Sayin to the air, to the sideline. A lot of contact, and the flag is down. Pleasant was matched up with Porter, and the penalty going to go against the cornerback for the Bruins. Or at least you think. It might be on the offensive side. Nope. There's a lot of contact initially there from Quincy Porter. Terry McCauley, did you see anything over there?
I'm seeing the offensive player pull the defender into him. I really don't believe this is defensive pass interference because of that.
Roderick Pleasant would appear to agree. Take another look here. You see Porter initiate, and that slight pull. You got to grab on the back of the jersey. But Ohio State, the beneficiary, get him inside the red zone, a first down from the 19. Peoples stays in there. Peoples has the handoff. Peoples zigzags. Peoples, the hurdle.
Come on now.
Spectacular. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He left Cole Martin in the shadow realm.
We've seen Bo Jackson. We've seen Isaiah West. And James Peoples says, give me a piece of that apple pie now.
Well, he could have the whole thing after that.
Wow.
24 up.
Well, first of all, watch the right tackle, Phillip Daniels. He's going to do a great job of getting the first block. And then the receiver, number 11, who we just saw get the pass interference, Porter, he's not going to get there to get his. Doesn't matter. Peoples takes care of it without the block. One big block, one big jump, and a touchdown right before halftime for the Buckeyes.
Fans here at Ohio Stadium just got to look at that and have reacted accordingly. Special athletes all across the board for this Ohio State team. We've seen it on the defensive side, and we have certainly seen it on the offensive side. You just think about the fact all season we've heard, well, Julian's saying he's throwing to Jeremiah Smith, and he's throwing to Carnell Tate. Well, Carnell Tate out for the second straight game. Jeremiah Smith played about a quarter and a half or so. And even without those guys, and with a backfield that is quote-unquote developing, you still see highlights like this.
Yeah, and it's the perfect game for Ryan Day and Brian Hartline in this run offense of Ohio State. Coming into the game, the numbers haven't been where they wanted them to be. I mean, coming into the game against Power 4 opponents, they were only averaging 128 yards a game rushing. Already tonight, 147 yards. So this is a great chance for them to just keep leaning into their run game.
So UCLA will get the football, 1:19 to play. Ohio State gets it to start the second half.
Oh boy.
And that was short, may have been hit in some capacity towards the line. Jermaine Matthews had a chance at the interception. It's a UCLA offense that's second to last in the Big Ten in points per game. 15th in pass yards per game. That's with their normal starting quarterback, Nico Iamaleava. And flags are down.
Yeah, just I think the fourth penalty now.
False start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty.
4 pre-snap penalties against UCLA. And again, those are just so hard to overcome against the #1 defense in the country. Ohio State giving up an average of 7.2 points per game. Right now, UCLA being blanked and only 56 yards of total offense.
It's going to be a handoff. Woods and a loss. Sonny Styles. They're going to throw. Matthews. And gets driven back by Styles. Unlikely that they'll run a play here. Let this play clock go all the way down and see if they call this timeout, which they should. Fifth punt for Will Carroll.
Whoa.
Oh, it was a line drive that got rejected. And Ohio State is going to be set up at the 15.
It almost looked like he dropped the football. Like, I don't know what happened on this.
Caden Curry comes up with the ball. And it's just a complete shank job.
Yeah.
Right into Curry.
It was a bad drop. He almost whiffed. Came off the side of his foot and right into the chest of Caden Curry. It shocked Curry and it shocked the punter both. And now Ohio State with a chance with 10 seconds left. At least 2 plays if they throw it quick.
Sayen's 18 of 20. He's got a touchdown. Looking for his second. Towards the end zone. Float job. Incomplete. Brandon Innes, the intended target. 6 seconds remaining as he was matched up with Scooter Jackson.
Well, you either kick the field goal here or you take one more shot. It looks like Ryan Day is going to go ahead and take the 3 points.
And the crowd not entirely thrilled at the decision, but remember, they will get the football to start this second half. Ryan Day not thrilled either with his quarterback and the explanation as to why they didn't connect on that touchdown. So fielding made from 41 in the first quarter. This one's going to be from 33. He is now 12 for 14 on the season. Make him 13 of 15. With 1 second remaining, Ohio State extends to a 27-0 advantage. And that's exactly what it is. Take it right up the middle. Fielded at the 5 by Matthews, and he'll just take a knee and take us to the half.
Getting into the college football playoff, possibly getting to the Big Ten championship game, all those things, they're building and growing towards that through the process.
Ohio State will look to extend what is already a stranglehold lead on this game. Sayen stays in there. Bo Jackson, they'll fake it to him. Sayen steps into one over the middle. It is incomplete. Mylan Graham had the coverage. Sets up second down and 10. Bo Jackson in the first half, 8 carries, 75 yards and the touchdown. Sayen outside, and he just misfired for Graham again. Third down and 10. 3 straight throws. And Sayen is sacked. It is the first sack for UCLA since the Michigan State game on October 11th. Jalen Woods gets to the QB. Well, there was some encroachment on the UCLA side. So flags come in before the first boot by McGuire.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
So it was forced encroachment. Let's see where it occurs. Oh, it was on the shift. So they call it a false start on the shift on the line. Sets up 4th and 19 now. McGuire just in front of his own goal line. Mikey Matthews backpedals inside the 35. He muffed it, picked it up, splits 2. And Matthews still on his feet, finally down at the 37-yard line. You brought up Matt Patricia teaching football. That was the biggest thing that Caleb Downs has felt like he's gotten this year. Another loss on the quick penetration. Caden McDonald has been playing some elite football the last couple of weeks. 6'3", nearly 330 pounds. His 8th tackle for loss this season. Sets up 2nd and 12. And another errant throw as Duncan put it in the direction of Matthews. They are 1 for 6 on 3rd down so far tonight. Duncan got hit as he threw it. Gilmer across the middle. Stop on a dime, and he just does not get there. 4th and a long 1. Handoff. Not even close.
I don't think so.
Second time on a 4th down, they've tried to go up the middle against this stout Ohio State front. Caden Curry. Clear of the motion man. Drive starts from the plus 45. Fake it a couple of times on the handoff. Engulfed there. Completed 18 of his first 20. Has missed his last 3. Now a 2nd down and 12. Fake it to Bo Jackson. And there's an easy one to get back on track to Max Clare. Slips a tackle, gets across the 45-yard line, and picks up 4. 3rd down and 8. Sayen lofts, caught, short. Brandon Innes will sail out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Officially a 4th and 4. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down so far tonight. Pressure picked up by Jackson, and Sayen misses his target, Max Clare. So UCLA with 2 stops to start the second half. A lot of touchdown on Nebraska's first 4 non-kneel down possessions. Similar here tonight as they allowed scores on the first 5. That ended up being dangerous as it went through the hands of Frias as we've entered the second half.
Extra play. Sportsmanlike conduct. Offense. Number 3. 15-yard penalty. The down count. 2nd down.
Cooling off on the sideline. Makes it 2nd down and 25. Frias into the crowd. And a violent tackle by Jackson. And now it's a 3rd and 22. Conservative running play. Anthony Woods stood up at the 30 by Arvell Reese. Innes back hoping for a return. And he might get one as it angles out of bounds.
And Julian saying not quite as accurate at this point in the game as he was obviously when it started.
Out of bounds during the kick. It's a 5-yard penalty added to the end of the kick. First down, Ohio State.
Drive's going to start from the 31. Lofted, incomplete.
And UCLA saying, you know what? We're going to play some more zero coverage. We're going to challenge these new receivers and see if they can make plays.
Saying 2 of his last 7. He'll go right back to the air. This time it's on target for Mylan Graham. That was the longest pass of the night for Sayin. Goes for 21 yards. Fake it. Claire, another catch. Key Lawrence. He has been all over the field from the safety spot tonight.
Yep.
Handoff. Big hole. And Bo Jackson plunges forward near the 40.
Gabe Van Sickle back in there at right guard again, number 58.
Jackson this time denied at first, but not the second effort. It's going to be a first down on a tough run as he battled with John Vaughns. Approaching 6 to play in the 3rd. Can Ohio State pay this one off? Jackson riding the hot hand, and he backs his way for a 1.5 yards. Play action. Sayin delivers, incomplete, as Rogers was looking back, a little bit too tall. 3rd down. Jeremiah Smith done for the rest of the night. Carnell Tate missing his 2nd straight game. Sayin well protected this time, and it's caught. Brandon Innes will move the chains.
Right, he's just catching the ball and taking the pitch and running the football.
Like this. Jackson gets tripped up.
Looks like man coverage by UCLA.
Jackson weaves and gets it to the 20-yard line as he took Scooter Jackson for a ride. As the Bruins have shown that fight, that nothing to lose mentality all the time. The motto this week was, why not us? Stutter step, Jackson reversing field. Bo inside the 5. It's 1st and goal. West in the game. 1st down and goal. Hand it, West. And he gets denied. Oh, the second effort extending that football, but they ruled him down before he put it over the goal line. West might get a second chance here. And he does. And this one he walks in. Too easy. Isaiah West touchdown. And Ohio State extends the lead. So 3 different running backs now with a touchdown for the Buckeyes. Fielding makes it 34-0. I've got a lot of credit due to Big Nut and his team. Rico Flores went to Notre Dame first before transferring to the Bruins last season. T-Mobile line there for the first down marker, as Javian Thomas will look for it and scamper forward for 5 yards. And most of that was the off-the-field stuff. It had nothing to do with the actual game, but the schedules and the meals and a breakaway. Rico Flores, what type of gas does he have? Gets caught up at the 20, 50-yard rip and the longest play of the night. Thomas stays in there on 1st down. Pump, Duncan looking towards the end zone. It's broken up. Mikey Matthews was the intended target, and McLean from the safety spot read it perfectly. Wildcat, Thomas will take the snap on 2nd down and 10. And Thomas is going nowhere. Gains maybe half a yard. 3rd down and 9. Duncan looks. Duncan delivers in stride. Quasi Gilmer, touchdown. Gilmer shows off the speed and gets the Bruins on the board. Mateen Bogani with a chance to add the extra point. And the 5-play drive, 75 yards down the field, makes it 34-7.
Yeah.
And again, a credit to this team and this coaching staff for continuing to play hard through this game. Down 34-0. They cut into the deficit just a tad. A slip and a takeout by Lorenzo Styles. looking for that crease. Lorenzo Styles gets a block. Lorenzo Styles, the former wide receiver, with a house call. Ohio State royalty to the crib. Just when it felt like UCLA finally had some level of momentum, snatches it back from their souls, 41-7. And this doesn't last forever. They're trying to cherish every moment that they have, both wearing the scarlet and gray, as this one will be no return on a touchback. Frias will be in there on likely the final play of the third quarter. It's a throw, it's a catch.
And the right tackle, Ruben Unije, spent time in and out of the tent throughout the entirety of this game, guys, clearly dealing with an injury as well.
So UCLA short-handed, already without their starting quarterback, Nico Iamaleava. And Javian Thomas runs into the waiting arms of Will Smith Jr. to set up third down. 3rd and 4. And he's very accurate to a wide open target. Frias out of the backfield. And Frias gets across midfield. Iamaleava had been their leading rusher in 5 of 9 games prior. That was nearly picked. Tipped up and available for Leroy Roker III. Frias, catch, run, stayed in bounds just enough to get to the 40. Woods in there, 3rd down and 3, rollout throw on target. It is Mikey Matthews to keep this drive alive. Fresh set of downs, Javian Thomas the back. Duncan loads up. 2nd down and 2. Duncan stays in the pocket, another completion. And across the middle, Quasi Gilmer is going to have the 1st down. 4 times in his career, and he's knocking on the door of a 5th. Stutter step move for Thomas. Oh, he nearly broke free. The shoestring tackle that saved a bigger gain. They recruited him from a very early age in high school. Handoff goes up the middle, and it'll set up a short 3rd down here. And now a 3rd down and 1 with Luke Duncan playing some much better ball in the second half. Oh, a slip down. Javian Thomas looked like he might have had enough of a lane. And this one does get over the top of the leaping line and goes through. They've done that. That's a lot of shirts that have popped off.
Yeah.
It is nice, though. It's been a nice night. And this one going to be taken in on a fair catch by Brandon Innes. Isaiah West stays in. That was an awkward-looking snap that West takes the handoff and surges forward for 13 yards. He'll deliver. That is right on the numbers for Mylan Graham. And Ryan Day has been very clear that just because they won a national title last year, if anything, they have to come back and work harder. They have to come back and set that standard every day, build that foundation one brick at a time on a daily basis in practice. Oh, you see the pain delivered on the back end by Keenholz. He ran right over Scooter Jackson. And Keenholz coming at 6'2", 215. West. And a nice pursuit by John Vaughns. That limits the gain. Play clock's going to wind all the way down, and Ohio State will take the timeout with 5:46 to play. Grew up around coaching. His dad, Jim, coached running backs in the NFL from 1986 to 2018 as Keenholz fires over the middle. Another catch made. This time it's going to be for a 1st down. So Tim's dad, Jim, coached running backs in the NFL from 1986 to 2018. His brother, Kelly, is currently the running backs coach in Buffalo with the Bills. Stutter step move by James Peoples goes nowhere. But his dad actually coached in New Orleans with Jim Mora. And that was really when Tim was an impressionable young man growing up, being around the game of football. And he said that watching Jim Mora be as hard on the superstar players, some of the greatest players in the NFL at that time, as he was on the last guy on the roster, really taught him and kind of showcased to him what coaching was all about. Accountability, but also bringing that positive vibe to go with it. And that combination is really what he has provided to the Bruins since taking over early this season. 2nd down and 9. Isaiah West. And he gets pushed back. Scooter Jackson, first one there. How about the balance? 30 runs for 202, 33 passes, now 34. They've got 203 there. Add a little bit more. Roberts, another catch out of bounds. Struggled a little bit that first 8 minutes or so of the third quarter, but found enough of a rhythm to punch it in a few more times. Looking for one more here. Peoples across the 15. Peoples pushing forward, first and goal. And those 3 games are the biggest 3, is certainly what happens with that USC-Oregon game next week will determine how big that Oregon-Washington game is the final week of the season. Hand off to the outside. James Peoples has his second touchdown, Buckeyes. First one was absurd. Second one was impressive. And Peoples putting on a show. Fielding adds the extra point just barely to make it 48-10.
16-23, that's pretty good against the #1 defense in all of college football.
Touchback from Fielding.
That one was that loss to Michigan last year here, 13-10. It's going to be a heck of a game up in Ann Arbor.
And Iamaleava is in the game. Nico's younger brother, initially slated to go to Arkansas, made his way over to UCLA following his older brother. Handoff up the middle, and Liebler will take it across the 30-yard line. Iamaleava, 3rd down and 4, and he will hand it off across the edge. Liebler, and did he get out of bounds or stay in to keep the clock rolling? And it is a handoff, and it's not going anywhere. This Ohio State defense does it one more time. Converges and closes the door. Alford ends it. Ryan Day's team coming off a national championship, 10-0 to start the season. A 48-10 victory. Complimentary football, team football on full display for the #1 team in the country.